Hi guys, welcome to number 9 of Football Manager Whizzkids underused and underrated players on FM15. Now number 9 is Carrillo, the 18 squad number of Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Of course now a Champions League team this season on Football Manager, unless you're using an edited database and they will drop down to the Europa League. Now I've got experience using this guy from FM14 for 9 seasons and a current save on FM15 where I've just finished my first season. I can vouch for this guy. He is class. Now you see his value at 3.1 million. Trust me, it's a steal. You will probably pay about 6-7 million for him at most, but the difficult thing is players in Portugal have agents owning a lot of the players. As you can see, he's won 50% by his wage. That's partly the reason why Portuguese players in that division are quite cheap, and because you have to pay for their contracts to their agent as well. Anyway, Carrillo is a left and right midfielder. He can play striker and behind the striker as well, or just a right midfielder, but his best position for me is an inside forward on the right, because he cuts in a lot of time and he scores plenty of goals, getting a lot of assists as well. Now he is an international of Peru, 17 caps. His history shows that he came from Alianza and he's been at Sporting Lisbon for a few seasons now, racking up around 70 games and 5 goals, which, believe me, you'll get a lot more than that per season on Football Manager. Now, he is strong on his left foot, but he's very strong on his right foot, so you could also play him as an inside forward on the opposite flank, which makes it easier for him to cut in and shoot and score more goals. He's a winger who's fairly ambitious, so he probably will leave to go to most clubs similar or a bigger stature to Sporting Lisbon. He is contracted to them to 2016. Now I always say to people who ask where to go and look for players or regions, and my answer is always Portugal. It is a gold mine there. Either because the players are so cheap and mostly owned by the agents, or just because the league outside, I guess, Porto and Benfica, because a lot of the Sporting players are quite cheap as well. There is a lot of money that you could spend in there and get a lot of value. So we'll have a quick look at his attributes. Now, I always look first at pace, dribbling, crossing when I'm going for a winger or a fullback, to be honest. 17 pace, he's absolutely electric down the wing. 12 crossing, not bad. 14 dribbling, very good. And he's a very flair player with 16. So he's got the stats to be a top player. For me, he could play for any team in the game and put in a shift. But if you are one of the top teams in the world, you're probably going to want better, because you're not going to pick him probably because his name isn't high enough reputation. But I guess that's the purpose of me doing this shortlist. So guys, this one I can vouch for. He is probably the one in this top 10 list you will see me have used for, I'd say, about 10 seasons in the last 2 Football Managers now, and he is absolutely quality. Okay guys, that's number 9 of the Whizzkids most underrated and underused players in FM15. Squad number 18 of Sporting Lisbon, Carrillo.